This is my favorite. This book is my favorite, and at least right now, this works so well for my whole family. Both kids will sit. My 3-year-old and my 7-year-old will sit, and they will listen to this. They will listen to me read off the board. They answer when they know the answers. Drayden just reads it off the board to me. He's not a huge fan of the Goop poem that they're doing, but he does have it almost memorized. So it's very clear cut. It tells you, note to instructor, review the Goops today. Encourage the student to say the poem alone. Okay? And then it'll say, instructor, listen to the definition of a verb, and you read off this whole part. And then in italics, it'll say the student should say, a verb is a word that does an action. I don't know what the plan for them is, but for me, I go through beforehand, and on my whiteboard here, which my son has written some numbers on, I see, but on my whiteboard here, I write out everything that says student. And so then when it's their turn to talk, I can just point to what they need to do. We are really working on language and reading comprehension. My son is 7, and he is an amazing reader, as in he can read just about anything. He can sound it out without even thinking about it, and he can even usually tell you the definition of the word. What he struggles with is understanding the whole story concept. And we use The Good and the Beautiful, and I think that The Good and the Beautiful is a great language curriculum, but I want more. And I'm not ready to switch to a whole other one. This to me isn't comprehensive enough to be used alone. However, in addition to The Good and the Beautiful, this seems to be so far a really good choice for us. And I am so glad that I got it. I ordered this off of Rainbow Resource, and I had my price guide with me, but I cannot find it right now. So I will try and put the price of it in here. I believe it was less than $10, and it was so worth it. Now, there are 100, I want to say, there's 100 lessons in here. So yeah, there's 100 lessons in here. We are doing a lesson a day, so it will last us a while. I did the math. I can't do it right now for some reason. So you open it up. Alright, so you open it up, and you've got your dedication page, your copyright page, of course. And then here's your table of contents. And we have lesson 1, nouns. And then 2 is poem memorization. Pronouns, verbs, capitalization. And we have introducing state of being verbs, introducing linking verbs, story narration, linking verbs. And then, so there's a lot, by the way. There are a lot of lessons. And I suppose it could look overwhelming here, but it is so not overwhelming when you get to the pages. Okay, so here's how to use the book. It explains what the general thought process is. It explains the 4-strand approach, which is memory work, copying and dictation, and narration. Okay? And the goals are to train the child's ear by allowing him to listen to correctly spoken language, to train the child's speech by practicing correctly spoken grammar with him, to train the child's attention by reading aloud to him and having him narrate back to you the content or storyline using proper grammar, and 4, to teach beginning skills in correct grammar, capitalization, and punctuation. And it says, remember, exposure, not mastery, is the goal at this level. And then over here it talks a little bit about picture narration and story narration, grammar, and then how to use the lessons. So, suggested wording for the instructor is in traditional print, and what they want the kids to reply with is in italics. Okay? And then there are little notes to the instructor, and it shows you how those are worded out. And then this is what they would read or follow. Definitions and terms are in larger print. You need a pencil and a paper for everything. Some things you may need more for. Okay, so lesson 1. What I did is I wrote on our whiteboard everything that he needed to say or repeat back way before the lesson started. So I was able to say, a noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. And then I would say, repeat that definition with me, and I would point to it on the board. A noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. And at this point, Drayden said to me, I learned something new. I didn't know that a noun could be an idea. And so, first lesson in, I feel like that was kind of a win for me. I would say, a common noun is the name of any person, place, thing, or idea. A proper noun is the special particular name of a person, place, thing, or idea. Repeat the definition of proper noun with me. And then because I wanted him to know what to say, and I'm encouraging Grayson to copy us as well, I wrote on the board, a proper noun is the special particular name of a person, place, thing, or idea. Proper noun and proper name mean the same thing. And then I asked them, is boy a proper or a common noun? And Drayden answered Drayden answered common noun. So then I said, let's say a whole sentence. I said, let's say boy is a common noun. And then I said, can you give me a proper noun of a particular boy? And they both came up with quite a few of them, same with the girl. And then some common noun places, I had to fix it because they would say like Walmart. I'd be like, you mean store, or restaurant. So then when we got here, they easily could name. They were right on that. Being able to name an exact proper noun for one. So then we go on to here. And, I said toy, and then they had to name a toy. And, it gives you examples in case you're not sure. Legos, Hot Wheels. And then I say this. And after that, I read these, emphasizing the names of the ideas in the following sentences. So I would say, happiness can be shared. She was filled with joy when her kitty was rescued. A caged bird has no freedom. Excitement filled the room during the birthday party. Sadness makes me want to cry. I was filled with fear when I was lost. And then I had them come up with a sentence about an idea. Now, it did not say to do copy work here. However, I did it anyway. I did happiness can be shared, and I had Drayden write that down. So then lesson 2 was the Goops. And the funny thing is, he really dislikes the poem. So lesson 2 was poem memorization and copy work. So it's funny because in The Good and the Beautiful, the poem that we're working on memorizing is, I wake in the morning early, and always the very first thing. I pop out my head and I sit up in bed and I sing and I sing and I sing. And we've got it basically memorized, obviously. This is the poem we memorize in here, which I feel like most kids would really like this better. It's more interesting. However, Drayden thinks it's gross. He still does it, and he kind of gets into it at the end, but the Goops, they lick their fingers, and the Goops, they lick their knives. They spill their broth on the tablecloth. Oh, they lead disgusting lives. The goops they talk while eating, and loud and fast they chew. And that is why I'm glad that I am not a goop. Are you? And so then we talked about poems and how the title is capitalized and the beginning of each word is capitalized. We worked on memorizing the poem, and then I had him write, they spill their broth on the tablecloth for his copy work. And I had him draw a goop. Obviously not on this page. We're not writing in this book. So then today we actually had our friend's son, Sam, who is 8 here. And he kind of balked at the fact that he had to do school here because he had a half day of school. But he did it, and he really kind of got into it. So we did all of this just the way it says again. I wrote it on the board so I could just point it out to them what they needed to say. And then they did really good with the sentences. Even Sam jumped in with it. And then I had them copy. I've been choosing what they want for them to copy. And I picked, don't look, comma, or you will be scared, exclamation point. And I can show you how they did on that. So I'm really happy with this book, and you can see that's basically how each one goes. So the way that I do it is I write down what they're supposed to say. I write that on my whiteboard, and then I can just point to my whiteboard, which is right next to where I'm sitting at this time of the lesson, and I can just point to it and they repeat it. So that works really well for us. And then the copy work at the end, I write it as nice as I can on lined paper, and then he copies it. They're getting way better at the whole coming up with their own sentences and things like that. So we are going to be on lesson 4, which is this one. Nope, lesson 5 tomorrow. Yep. We will be on lesson 5 tomorrow, which makes sense because it's Friday. And I'm very happy with this book. I highly recommend this book, and I planned to keep doing this for as long as the book exists. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.